Welcome back, my dear students, class 6th. I hope all of you are fine and safe at your homes. Myself, Vinita, your maths teacher, once again is with you to teach you mathematics class 6th. And I would like to tell you that this is the video part 5th of chapter number 2, whole numbers. Four video we have shared with you, and in the fourth video, I have discussed about the properties of whole number, in which two properties, the closure property and the commutative property of whole numbers, we have completed, and we have studied these property for the addition, multiplication, subtraction and division. So I would request you, if you have not watched the part 4th video, then please go and watch the video, because that part 4th will help you a lot to understand the content of this video, because we are going to study the third and the fourth property in this. And the third property of whole number, that is the associative property. So first of all, we need to understand what does the associative property means. Associative property means to associate the numbers in any order, but the answer should not get affected. I would elaborate it. We have numbers 3, 4, 5, and we want to add these numbers, but in different association. In first association, what I want to do, I want to associate first 3 and 4, and whatever is the conclusion of 3 and 4, to that conclusion I want to associate with 5. Means first I want to make an association of 3 and 4, and then I want the association to get added into 5. So 3 plus 4 will be 7, and then 7 will be added to 5 and it will become 12. Once is this. The other type of association that can happen between 3, 4 and 5 is that we can associate 4 and 5 first, and then whatever is the answer of this association, we can add this to 3. That means first 4 plus 5 will be associated with each other, and we will get 3 plus 9, and the answer will be 12. But the common thing between them, that after the association, the answer in both cases is same, and this is the proof of associative property, that however in whatever manner we are associating the numbers, but if the result is same after the association, it means that associative property is satisfied. Maybe some of you have understood this well, but maybe some of you are confused. So let's clear this confusion with one more example. Let's take numbers 9, 10 and 11. We can associate them in two ways. One, we will take the association of 9 and 10, and the complete association will be added to 11. Or in the second case, we can make the association of 10 and 11, and we can add this association to 9. And we will see if the answers in both cases is same and the answer is also a whole number, then it means associative property is satisfied. So let's see. 9 plus 10, 19, and 19 plus 11, and it will become 19 plus 11 will be 30. And here what we see, 9, 10 plus 11, 21, and 9 plus 21 is again 30. So you can see in both the cases answer is 30, and 30 means associative property is satisfied. So in the case of whole numbers, whatever number you will take, and when you will apply the associative property for addition, then you will see that like this, the associative property is satisfied in both the cases. So in the case of whole numbers, the associative property will be universally satisfied. It means for addition, associative property is satisfied. But For addition it is satisfied. Now we have to check that for the other three operations, that is multiplication, subtraction and division, is that satisfied or not. So let's see for multiplication. Let's take two numbers 5, 6 and 7. Let's associate them for multiplication. Now I am applying this property for multiplication. Earlier we have applied it for the addition. If for multiplication it is satisfied or not, then we need to do what? We need to associate 5 and 6 with the sign of multiplication, and then this association will be multiplied with 7. Or in other way, what we can do, we can associate 6 and 7, and this will be multiplied with 5. So 5 into 6 30, 30 into 7 is 210. So here 5 into 6 sevens are 42, and 42 fives are 210. So in both the cases answer is same. So it means for multiplication also associative property is satisfied. Let's take one more example. We are having the numbers 2, 5, 8. Now we will check again that if associative property is satisfied in this case also for multiplication. Remember, every property is satisfied for both all the four operations. Like we have checked the closure property for addition, multiplication, subtraction and division, which was also satisfied for addition and multiplication but not for subtraction and division, and also the commutative property which was satisfied for addition and multiplication but not for division and subtraction. Similarly, we are checking this associative property for multiplication. For addition we have already satisfied it. Now let's see how we will do. We will associate 2 and 5 with the bracket, and this association will be multiplied with 8. Or what we can do, we can associate 5 and 8 and we can multiply the association with 2. So 2 and 5 will become 10, and 10 into 8 will be 80. In the next case, 5 into 8 will be 40, and 40 into 2 will be 80. So you can see that in both the cases answer is 80. So associative property is satisfied and universally satisfied. You can take any whole number, any larger whole number, any smaller whole number, it will be satisfied for each and every whole number. So associative property is satisfied for multiplication also. Okay, now we will check the associative property for subtraction. So let's see, take three numbers, and we will take the numbers like 4, 8 and 9. So first we will associate 4 minus 8, and this association will be subtracted from 9. Or in other order, we can associate 8 and 9, and the other will be subtracted from 4. So let's see, 4 minus 8 is minus of 4, and then minus of 9 will be here. 4 minus 8 minus 9 will be minus of 1. So 4 minus of 4 and minus of 9, it is getting into a negative sign. We are getting minus of 13, and here it is becoming 4 minus minus plus 1, and it is becoming 5. So it is becoming very very complicated, and the answers are also different. Here we are getting minus of 13, here we are getting minus of 5. You don't need to show the proof, it's just that you need to understand the property, that is it satisfied or it will be satisfied or not. So I hope you have understood the associative property, that what does associative property means, and it is not satisfied for subtraction, and also it is not satisfied for division, but for addition and multiplication it is satisfied. Let's revise the associative property. What does associative property says? As you can see here, associative property for addition in standard form, that if we have three numbers a, b and c, and if we are associating two numbers b plus c first and we are adding it to a, and in the second case we are associating a and b and we are adding it to c, and if both the answers are equal, then associative property is satisfied. So for example, we are taking 4, 12, 16 and we are associating in first case 12 and 16 and adding it to 4, and in the second case we are associating 4 and 12 and adding it to 16, but in both the cases we are getting the answer 32, which means associative property is satisfied. Then let's take the three numbers 7, 20 and 31 and try to apply the associative property. As you can see, I have written here, first I have added 7 plus 20, and in the second case first I have added 20 and 31, and when I added 20 plus 7 I got 27, and I added 27 to 31. In the second case, when I added 20 and 31, I got 51 and added this to 7. And after the complete addition, I got 58 in both the cases. It means the property, associative property is satisfied. So what is the associative property? That if you have any three numbers a, b and c and you associated them in any order, but the answer is not affected, then it means the properties are satisfied. And in the same way you can satisfy this for multiplication also. As you can see here, a multiplied by b and the whole is multiplied by c, and then a is multiplied, first b and c is multiplied, and then b and c as a whole is multiplied with a. For example, we are taking 7, 5 and 8. First we are multiplying 7 and 5, and here first we are multiplying 5 and 8, and whatever we are getting, we are multiplying here 7 into 5's multiplication 35. We are multiplying 35 with 8, and here we are multiplied 8 and 5 40, and 40 is multiplied with 7, but in both the cases the answer is 280, which is same. So associative property is satisfied for addition and for multiplication, but not for subtraction and division. Now to see the use of associative property in solving questions, I would like to show you an example. This is an example of your book, example number 2, as you can see here, and this is the page number 10 of chapter number 2. So we are taking this example to understand that how does the properties help us to solve the questions, how does associative property help us to solve the question. So let's see this example. Find 14 plus 17 plus 6 in two ways. Now if we have not studied associative property, then it will become difficult for us to solve this question, but now because we have studied associative property, then we know that what are the two ways in which we have to find the sum. So 14 plus 17 plus 6, first of all we will associate 14 and 17 and we will add the sum to 6. In this case we get 31 plus 6, that is 37. So first we associated 14 and 17 and then we added it to 6. So we get 31 plus 6, that is 37. In the second way, what we can do? In the second way we can associate 17 and 6. So 17 plus 6 and we can add 14 to this. So when we will add 17 and 6 first, then we will get 23, and when we will add 14 to 23 we will get 37. In both the cases we are getting 37, but these are the two ways in which we can find the sum. Now let's see. In this page they have written the associative property of multiplication is very useful in following type of sums and in the multiplication also. Let's see how does associative property help us to do the multiplication. We have to find the multiplication of 12 and 35 in this example, as you can see here, 12 and 35. So with the help of associative property, what we did, we factorize 12 into 6 and 2. We know that 6 multiplied by 2 is equals to 12. So we write 12 as 6 into 2. So there is an association of 6 into 2. The 12 is factorized into 6 into 2 and multiplied with 35, and we know that this is the associative property of multiplication. So one more association of 12 and 35 can be like, we can also factorize 35. How? We know that 7 into 5 is 35. So one way is also like this. So 12 into 7 into 5, or 6 into 2 into 35. These are the two ways in which we can factorize. So what we did then, 35 multiplied by 2 becomes 70, and 70 multiplied by 6 becomes 420, because we know that 7 6 are 42 and 1 0 is there, so the answer is 420. So this is the way these property makes our calculation easier or help us to solve the question. So now let's come to the next property, and the next property is the distributive property. The distributive property of multiplication over addition. Distributive property of multiplication over addition. So what does it mean? This property is used when we have to multiply a number by the sum, by the addition. You will not be able to understand this if you will try to learn a definition, but with the help of an example you can learn it in a very easy and a quick way. So let's see an example first. First we will see an example, and then we will learn that what does it mean, what is the definition of distributive property of multiplication over addition. Suppose we have the sum of two numbers 4 and 5, 4 and 5, and we have to multiply this sum with 3. So there is a way that we can multiply 3 into 4 plus 5, that is 9, that is 27. But this is not the distributive property. The distributive property says that you have to do the distribution of multiplication over addition. How? In this way. So 3 into 4 plus 5. If you are asked to apply distributive property on this, then what will you do? First of all, you will multiply 3 and 4. Then there will be the plus sign which is here, and then you will apply that plus sign, and then again you will multiply 3 with 5, and the answer will be same. There will be no change in the answer, but in the larger number, in some cases, distributive property to do the multiplication in this way, to distribute the multiplication over addition, will help us to make our calculation easier. But before that, it's very important for us to understand that how to apply the distributive property of multiplication over addition. How? Let's see once again. I'll give you one more example. Suppose we have to multiply 90 and 108. Now these are the bigger numbers. So we can do one thing. We can write 90 as 100 plus 8. Now here is a plus multiplication sign, and here is a plus sign. Outside the bracket there is a sign of multiplication, and inside the bracket there is a addition sign. This is very important for distributive property of multiplication over addition. Now what we will do, we will this multiplication sign, we will use this multiplication sign to distribute this addition. How? First we will multiply 90 and 100. Then there is a plus sign. We will apply this plus sign here. and then we will multiply 90 and 8. Now what happened? Now this distribution is the multiplication symbol has distributed this addition into two parts. This is known as the distribution of multiplication over addition. I know it is very confusing for you, but you will be able to understand this with the help of examples. So now see, we have to multiply this number, but to multiply this is very easy. 90 into 100, we know that 3 zeros will be there with 9. 3 zeros are there, so 90 into 100 becomes 9000. After we have to multiply 90 into 8. We know that 8 nines are 72 and 1 0 is there, so it becomes 720. So after adding we will get 9720. Now it becomes easy for you. We don't have to do the long process of multiplication for this. With the help of distribution and property of multiplication over addition, we have solved this. If you have not understood this, then I'll give you one more example. Now let's see how distributive property of multiplication over addition helps us to solve the question. Let's see. I am taking a question of exercise 2.2 part A of question number 4 for you. So let's see. In this question they have given us 738 and 103. 738 and 103 they have given us, and we have to multiply it. We are not going to multiply it with the long process as we used to do 738 103. Not this way. We will not multiply it this way. We will multiply this with the help of distributive property of multiplication over addition. Let's see what we did. First of all, we splitted the number 103 in the addition form. We write it as 100 plus 3. We bring it into the form of distributive property. What is the form of distributive property? A into B plus C. This is the standard form, A into B plus C. So first we bring it to this form. Now what will happen? Now first of all we will multiply 738 and 100. Then we will put the plus sign. Then we will multiply 738 and 3. By distributive property we did this. Now 738 and 100, very easy to multiply. 2 zeros are there, we will write 2 0 with 738. And now we will have to do only a single multiplication, that is 738 multiplied by 3. The single one line multiplication will give you 2214, and we added this. So the multiplication becomes easier for us with the help of this property. Let's see one more example. 725 into 101. What we did? We write the 101 in the form of addition. 100 plus 1. After this, 725 will be multiplied with 100. Then there will be a plus sign, and then 725 will be multiplied with 1. Now 725 multiplied with 100 becomes 72500. We have to just write the 2 zeros. We don't have to do anything. And 725 multiplied with 1 becomes 725. We don't have to do anything. We just have to add them. And what we get? We get 73225 is the answer. So I hope you find it easier. So this was the distributive property of multiplication over addition. Now I am going to finish the video here, because I know it's a very new and very difficult topic for you to understand. So I would advise you to just concentrate only and only on this property today, and try to get this with the help of examples, more and more examples. And we will meet you soon in the next video, where we will come to the next properties and we will solve the exercise 2.2. Till then, keep practicing, keep revising. Have a good day.